Bertie was quite worn out. He'd had such a busy evening flying round the sky, showing off his rainbow wings as usual, that he'd got really tired and had hung himself upside down from a passing cloud. A rather black cloud, as it happened. But Bertie was too sleepy to care. The sky began to get darker and darker and darker. Only it wasn't just an ordinary night sky, but a really dirty sky. One by one, the stars vanished. The oily, horrible-smelling clouds rolled up to Bertie and round Bertie and over Bertie.
What's happening? Get off! Go away!
Bertie began to get in a real panic. He tried to blow away the clouds, and then he flapped and flapped his wings, and at last the black clouds began to straggle away, and then Bertie made a terrible discovery.
My wings! My beautiful rainbow wings! They've gone black! I'm not a beautiful rainbow bat anymore! Help!
Bertie was in a terrible state, and he looked worse because his sleek fur was now sticking together in tufts. He looked awful. Even his best friends wouldn't have known him. Up in the top left-hand corner of the sky were Humble Bumble and E.D. the electric dragonfly.
What's that?
Humble began to get very muddled and confused. E.D., who is rather braver and who flies faster, decided to have a closer look at the jumping about, sticky, furry thing. Off he went in a shower of sparks, round Bertie and back to Humble.
He says he's who? Zip, 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 zip. Oh, you mean Bertie the Bat. But it can't be. Bertie's round and furry, and he's got wonderful wallet coloured wings. What's happened to him?
They flew round and round Bertie with all three of them talking at once with a zzz, 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 and it
is me, it is me!
In fact, they were making such a din that they disturbed Water Lily, who'd been trying to clean up another part of the sky. Because it was all so dirty, she wasn't in the best of tempers. The others didn't notice her until she was right behind them. Stop that at once, please. As though I haven't got enough to do without you getting yourself in such a mess, Bertie. You really should know better. Bertie hung his head. So did Bumble. So did E.D. Water Lily shook her head. Then she took a deep breath and... It was an amazing sound, and it reached Monsoon on the other side of the sky. He knew that a whistle like that meant an emergency, and he came zipping down to them with his water machine. Sorry to bother you, Monsoon, when we both had such a busy evening, but would you be kind enough to deal with young Bertie here?
Washing down bats. Whatever next? Well, stand well back, everybody, if you please. Stand firm, young Bertie. 1, 2, 3, and taps away.
A great stream of water came out of the hosepipe, and Bertie vanished in a kind of black waterfall. Horrible black blobs went in all directions, and Bertie slowly reappeared, looking cleaner and cleaner, until at last his fur was furry and his wings were all the colours of the rainbow.
Washing down bats, indeed. Well, I must be off. Plenty more work to do tomorrow.
Water Lily took a clean cloud out of her bucket, and Bertie hung himself on it to dry. You silly creature. Please don't get that dirty again. We have enough trouble trying to keep the sky clean. Good night. Bertie didn't mind being told off in the least. E.D. and Humble settled down alongside him. All three of them admired Bertie's rainbow-coloured wings. All three happy to be such good friends.